Hi, Paul Slatkus, Good News Broadcast. I'm speaking to Kim Castle. Hi, Kim. How are you?
I am fabulous. How are you?
Okay, real well, thank you. And Vito Montone. Hi, Vito. How are you doing?
Very good. Thank you very much.
All right. These two have a lot of energy. We've been talking already, and they're inspirational, and they have a company called, and they're co-founders, Intention Products, and we're going to learn about a great opportunity. You're expanding something called BrandU distribution, and it says here, Intention Products will choose 10,000 small businesses across the nation to participate in its 50 million micro-business subsidy, distribute 50 million in BrandU products. And wow, all right, sounds like good news to me. So actually, Kim, why don't you start? Tell us a little bit about the company and what's going on here.
Absolutely, it would be my joy. Yeah, Vito and I have been doing this work for about 20 years. We've worked with Fortune 500 companies, as well as we've been guiding entrepreneurs to really grow their business from an idea, structure it, grow it into a brand, and then how do you roll that brand into the market reliably? And we were doing that from that place of connected, being aligned. And what we saw working with the corporations is they weren't necessarily connected to their impact in the world. So we decided in what's going on in the world today to really pitch in and do something about the economy and about jobs. And we thought, well, if the government's not really pitching in and helping the small business owners who are responsible for almost 50% of the gross national product and all the jobs, then we were going to do something about it. So we put our personal gains aside and decided to contribute $50 million in services to entrepreneurs, just not in the U.S., but around the world.
Beautiful. Vito, some more thoughts?
Well, it really is about putting some practical tools in their hands and trying to support them to grow. It seems to be much more valuable in their hands as a conscious business. A business is trying to balance people, profit, and the planet, and there's plenty of work to be done, plenty of people to help, so we wanted to pitch in.
Okay, I'm looking at a website, BrandU.com, and it says here, 5 million micro businesses earning less than 5 million in annual gross revenues are currently not being helped in today's economy, okay? I mean, 5 million is a pretty big number to begin with, right?
Yes.
And so, how are you able to help somebody?
Well, we devised a 3-stage program that either takes somebody from an idea or refines their idea, actually takes them through the steps of brand creation and the steps of preparing that brand for going into the marketplace reliably. So it's a complete program, over 600 pages, 400 hours of audio instruction, and step-by-step help to guide them through that strengthening process.
Paul, it's really another way to think about it is it's an MBA. It's a practical MBA, but what's different about it is it's because it's process-based. We live in this age of information, and there's so much information coming at us, and yet why isn't everybody rich? Because of that. It's because it stays on the surface, and in order to really grow and develop a business, we believe that a person has to really go through a process and literally change as they're going through it in order to really become that visionary business leader, whether it's in their community or in the world at large.
So now how does someone, I see here on this website, and I know you have some other websites as well, but is this here's some information that you're open to share with people. Are you making one of the 15 mistakes that kill business success? Is that part of you?
Yeah.
A document that somebody will receive that informs them about kinds of mistakes that they might be making?
Yes, from BrandU.com, that's one of the standard free reports we like to share with people. It's pretty simple and pretty illuminating as well. And to actually find out and get a couple free trainings about conscious business and how to really expand this way, you would apply for the subsidy at wholewealth.com, WHOLE wealth.com, and you can begin the journey of your conscious business there.
Okay, and so how involved is it to apply, and who can apply?
It's pretty simple. It begins with sharing your name and email address so that you can have access to 2 trainings. One is about 40 minutes, and one's about an hour, and this starts you on your journey.
Okay, so now I see your company is quite successful in the team that you've put together. Is that part of the reality of having a good business, that the people you associate with within your own company will be possibly the deciding way that you're going to move forward?
Well, absolutely. A team is so vital. I know that when Vito and I decided about 7 years ago, we decided we weren't working with the corporations anymore. We wanted to really create an organization of like-minded entrepreneurs. And when we say entrepreneurs, it was people who weren't really looking for a job, but who had something really big to contribute, who were leaning in. And so we went about creating the core content, the curriculum, and we've been creating a community around us from our entrepreneurs, the team, and each one comes to it as an entrepreneur in their own business. And that's really what we're doing with the Whole Wealth community, is creating a whole community around this idea of conscious business, doing business that is deeply aligned, that does balance people, profit, and planet, so that we all create sustainable profits, sustainable business, and we're all fully expressed. And it's a really great place to really support each other in growth.
So I see here, in other words, like you have, say, 3 serious executives, Schwartz and Blackert and Finck, who are, gorgeous resumes and backgrounds, and, to have that kind of a person working with you only means that whatever you're going to be putting together to share with people is going to be, extremely phenomenal. How does a company, though, who can't maybe afford this kind of talent, how do they move the business forward?
Well, it's very interesting that you should ask it that way, because as Kim said, this is really, our company itself is a collection of companies. So the one reason that we're able to attract talent like that is because we've created our company from sort of an inside-out process. We've defined a brand and a vision that our people, our partners, our team can actually align with. And the more alignment that you create, the more powerful people that you can put together. It's a really interesting metaphor for how you can grow a business. When you can combine, you see this in large corporations where they create, quote, synergy, right, between corporate divisions. We're really taking that down to the grassroots in a philosophy of conscious business where you align yourselves in your vision and your mission, and you put your expertise together, and you create something much greater. So anybody of any size can do this. It's exactly how we started, frankly. We started this journey 7 years ago in just 45 days by putting together 3 or 4 aligned businesses, and we had our first sold-out workshop teaching some of these principles.
Okay, so in essence, they weren't coming to you as employees. They were coming as an aligned business. Do I understand that right?
Exactly. It's win, win, win.
So it wasn't overhead for you. It was hello. It was friend, friend, friend.
Absolutely, and share. They each come to the vision as an entrepreneur in their own business, 100% responsible for the piece that they bring to the picnic, so to speak, and that they participate in the wealth. We all share. It's not really like a kumbaya collaborative.
No, it's not a collective.
But it's really like aligned businesses, and we do really all share in the prosperity. And that's really what we're teaching people from a conscious business standpoint. If you really understand how to balance people, profit, and planet, you will be able to create a business for life.
Do you think that the new technologies that are out there, the social networking and new media, helps in that process?
I think it does. A lot of people might describe it as a bunch of noise, and they might not fully understand it, but the evolution of business right now is many to many, and social networks give us that power. But if we have a really clear message in our brand that people feel, and we have a great vision, people can collect a lot faster. I mean, this is actually the sort of core in the whole wealth community, because we know we need to support one another, and it's how we support one another and share that actually will multiply and grow things very rapidly. So I think it is important, and it's probably how you do it. You have to do it authentically.
And your materials that you share with people, how does that help?
The
BrandU.
The BrandU business profit system, it helps by giving them the experience of integrating knowledge into wisdom, meaning they're actually going to be doing the steps in the processes while they're working in and on their business all at the same time. So it's not like going to school and then coming out and graduating and go, oh gosh, now what do I do? You're actually working on your business while you're going through the process so that you can embody it. Like Kim said, you can actually become the business leader.
And also how that supports somebody out in social media is very often people do get spun around in the noise, and they just start talking about their peanut butter sandwich as opposed to really growing the message of their business. And very often people don't know how to communicate in a very concise, experiential way. And in stage 2 of the BrandU business profit system, it is a very detailed, step-by-step process to develop a brand from that deeply aligned place that when you're done, you know exactly the tone and tenor of how to communicate everything so that you are 100% consistent with your brand.
I think you're on to obviously something. You're doing well with it. But that thought of, I mean, even colleges, some of the smart ones have that work study. You know, it's part of the program. I know when I went to graduate school, I had to make a practical master's thesis. Okay, I made it with that TV show, and it was like my first, and the first one at Fairfield University, whatever it was. But so I got some hands-on experience with some oversight of, you know, the pros, and I see that your materials then will be that kind of the oversight to say, you know, here's a way to go.
Yes, there's direction, there's guidance, there's support on the way online to make sure that they're getting it. But you're absolutely right. It's you know, now that I think about it, I'm not sure I've ever said this before, but it's part of my experience was that I didn't go to college. I only went to 1 year of college, and I learned from an entrepreneur. And so every day I was learning something new and having to apply it. And, you know, within a year I became the vice president of the company.
Before you could rent a car.
Before I could rent a car. So this embodying it and actually doing it, you learn so much more. It's so much more positive. It's more like an apprenticeship, really. I think that's so much more valuable in the world.
Yeah, what's missing, too, is so often today people are leaning back. You know, because of the access to information and distribution, a lot of times people lean back and forget that in order to really be successful, you've got to push up your sleeves and lean in and do the work.
And if you know you had somebody to answer questions, you'd probably feel a lot more confident. And that's why we wanted to make the materials available and make sure that the support was there for them as well.
Well, I couldn't agree with you all more so in the sense of it's hard work. It takes a serious work. It is involved more than talking about a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. It's figuring out how to make the bread.
And where you're going to get the peanut butter, and who does the peanut butter impact as you're getting it?
And what's in the peanut butter? What flavor of peanut butter?
And then you want to also in the process do, I think what you have said as well, you want to have a friend in that. Who sells you the flour, and
Exactly.
and it grows, right? You have your flour guy, girl, or whoever is getting it for you.
We are all connected.
We're all connected. And businesses are very small. I think, you know, we started talking about, you know, the communications industry. And even though I was, say, in the network television business, it's a small industry. So you, because you know this one, you know that one. In every industry that you get into, it becomes a small industry because it gets focused down. So be nice to everybody, I guess is the bottom line. The bottom line thought.
Create conscious business.
There you go, conscious business. And that's your mission, right?
Absolutely.
Excellent.
Our vision is to create 1 million entrepreneurs that are successful and whole so that they can change the world.
I love it. Okay. So last question then, or is there anything else you want to share at this moment with us?
Well,
before?
yes, I would, and I really appreciate your time and your interest in our story, and we're excited about giving away $50 million worth of products and services. Believe me, it's not easy to give away $50 million of products and services. So we appreciate your help, and everyone that wants to take advantage, please go to wholewealth.com, because we have a lot of stuff to give away, and we're looking forward to helping.
Okay, beautiful. So then, Kim, what's good news for you?
Good news for me is when I get emails from people saying how free they feel taking command of their lives through their business, and that they know they have clarity, and then they're operating in power. They're not letting what's going on in the outside world affect them and shift them and make them worry, that they know that they are the commander of their own ship. And that really is good news to me.
That sure is. And Vito, what's good news for you?
Having the independence to do what I love every day.
All right, beautiful. Well stated. Thank you very much for sharing good news with us, and we look forward to sending our community to those websites and for them to succeeding and fulfilling their dreams. Thanks so much.